Howdy folks, it's Tom from the gaming channel and welcome to a unboxing video that I am very excited for. I ordered this particular product about 3 weeks ago and have been checking the mail obsessedly every day to see that it came, despite the fact that I was getting regular text messages telling me that it was nowhere near here. Yeah, I have a problem, I know that. Anyway, I am of course talking about the contents of this box right here. It is something that I have wanted for a very long time, and I hope that it will have a really huge impact on the channel. I am talking about the M3D Micro 3D printer. I have wanted a 3D printer since I heard the word 3D and printer used in the same sentence. They're awesome. Anyway, point is, I love these things. I wanted one for a long time. We finally got one. We are going to unbox this thing on the channel, and I am going to do some printing for you guys. Don't worry, this is not just a, hey, here's my awesome thing printer. This is actually going to be something game related. I am going to print a game related print on this tiny little printer. And I'm not kidding, this thing is small. So anyway, we're going to jump right over to the unboxing, and I'll come back to you guys with both the prints and my verdict at the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so we're going to dive right in here and cut this thing open. In order to do that, we need our trusty box cutter knife. Trusty and rusty. Well, not really rusty, but trusty definitely. So we are going to pop this puppy open. There. And there. And come on. There we go. Nice and easy. Open this puppy up. And the first thing we have is another box, of course. And some paperwork. Thank you for your purchase. Where to download the manual. Okay, cool. And then we have the, oh, this is the order. You guys don't need to see that, but I need it. So I'll hang on to that. And as I said, we have another box and some bubble wraps. Oh, and our filament. I did order one roll of filament from the company. I believe it's white. Yeah, it's, oh wow, that's small. Okay. PLA, half a pound, 250 feet. Okay. I could have sworn on the site that this said it was half a kilogram, but that cannot be right, because this is another roll of filament that I grabbed because I assumed I'd be doing a lot of printing right off the bat, and let's face it, you can always use more filament. So this is a green 1 kilogram filament of the same size, and this that's got to be like a quarter of a kilogram or something. I thought on the site it said a half, but I don't know, that does not look like half to me. But whatever, it's, well, not free, I paid for it, but still, I'll be going this route. This was $14 on the website. Comes from Maryland, so you gotta, because we're in Canada, you have to pay the shipping and the customs fee and all that. This was $25, I want to say 09 from Amazon.ca, and because it was over $25, it was free shipping, so better deal. So I'll be going that route from now on, assuming it works well, of course. I will let you guys know how that works out once I burn through this stuff, which won't take me long apparently. Alright, now let's get to what we're all actually here for. Pull out this smaller box. Come on. There we go. Mother. Oh, that one's already open. Okay, no tape there. It's kind of cool. They have the sticker on the, I don't know if you guys can see that, sticker on the outside. That's the color, I assume, since it's orange, and I know I ordered the orange one. So, alright, don't need that anymore. Alright, so we have a power brick. Need power, obviously, that's a good thing. A USB cable. It looks like a regular, like, printer style USB cable. How long is that one? Come on, come on. There we go. Not very long. About 3 feet total, I guess. However, because it's that standard printer style USB cable, I'm pretty sure I have a much longer one around here somewhere, so I'll probably wind up switching that out. Because I plan to have the printer sitting on this table near the back wall, and my computer's all the friggin' way over there, so I don't know. I don't know if I like the idea of hooking it up through a USB hub powered. It's a powered hub, but still, you know, you never know. We'll try it, we'll see. And now, the main attraction. Da, 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 da. It's small. I can tell you that right off the bat. Like, I knew the dimensions of the printer, and we don't need that anymore. I knew the dimensions of the printer were small, but really looking at it is a whole nother thing entirely. So let's get rid of the bubble wrap. Come on, there we go. Cut towards yourself, dumbass. That's a good idea. Alright. Don't need that anymore. Piece of the tape. I gotta admit, the thing's pretty well packaged for travel. It's got the nice industrial strength bubble wrap to it. It's wrapped in foam sheety things. Several of those, looks like. Hello. There we go. Sorry about that. Had to scratch my eyeball. Ah, fuck off. Go away. Alright, so we've got some other stuff in here. We've got another piece of paper. What does that do? Oh, okay. Okay. This particular model printer, the reason these filament rolls are so small is because, I'll show you the picture there, there's actually a door, or underneath the print bed there's a space to actually hold it if I wanted to, and it'll feed up through here. Don't know how well I like that, because I would really like to use the bigger thing of filament on it, so I might have to look into fixing that. Remove clips, obviously. Let's remove more fucking tape. It's like really crazy tape. Garbage. There's a lot of garbage on this thing. Jeez. Tape and little piece of paper, and where the frick is that? Okay, there it is. I feel like He-Man trying to pull these freaking tape off. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Move even more tape from the print head. There we go. And then 2 clips. And that's kind of cool. These are kind of 3D printed clips. Kind of shows you, I assume they would be printed on one of these machines. That would be a wise idea if you're trying to sell one. So the print quality is not terrible, actually. It's not bad. Like, obviously touching it you can feel the lines, but I mean, to look at it, it doesn't look terrible. I mean, I've definitely seen worse 3D printed objects on the internet. I mean, that's not bad at all. So I hope they're printed with this kind of machine. Hell, I hope they're printed with this machine. That would be awesome. Alright, so there's that. So these things, yeah, these are little foam blocky deals that come out too. They're not part of the machine. Nope. Come here. God damn it. Alright, there we go. Now, I think I've finally gotten rid of all the crap. And this is our 3D printer. And I did the research before buying the printer, and I have to say, the size surprises me. I did not expect it to be this small. I saw the pictures, I saw the measurements and everything. It's really tiny. But the build volume is, I want to say a 3-inch cube. I think it can go up to 4.5 inches in height. But we'll get into all of that later on. But all in all, it looks like a, you know, sturdy little 3D printer. It's very light, very lightweight. And as you can see, I'm picking it up, moving it around, but it also feels sturdy. Like, I mean, it doesn't feel cheaply made. It definitely feels like it can, you know, take a smack or two. So hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully it'll be nice and sturdy and not get knocked around or damaged with the kids, because we definitely do intend to have the kids playing on this thing, kind of designing their own 3D models and printing them and stuff like that. So but yeah, so there it is. That's the box. As I said, the USB cable, which I may wind up replacing for a longer one, and the power cable. You might notice there's no disc here. There's no, you know, disc-based installation program. One of the things on one of the little sheets of paper was the address to go and download the software. Also, from what I understand on the website, there's also an external spool holder, so you can hold other spools of filament. So I gotta think this thing somehow comes off so that I can feed other filaments into it. But anyway, I'll get all that figured out, and I will, the first thing I'm going to print on it is a calibration cube, which is what most people usually print to let me know that the printer is actually calibrated properly. After I do that, I do have a special game-related print that I plan on printing. So this is not just me showing off my new toy, it is actually video game related. So I'm going to do that, and then I will get back to you guys and let you know how it worked and how everything's going. So we'll see you in a few. Alright, so here we have the finished build, the calibration cube. It's supposed to be 20 by 20, got a little bit of a strand there from where the print head I don't know, where it just finished. So yeah, looking at the print, it's really good quality actually. Like, you can obviously tell that it's 3D printed, but I mean, it looks good. It's a bit squishy, so I'm hoping that's just the infill. You'll notice I put green painter's tape on this thing. It's not for adhesion or anything like that. I've seen YouTube videos of this printer, and I've seen somewhere when you're trying to remove your parts, this surface gets really torn up. I'd like to try to preserve that for as long as I could, or can. Hopefully I can preserve it. So I just laid down green painter's tape. So we're going to try to use just a scraper tool. This is just a cheap, like literally $2 scraper from like the dollar store, and we're going to use it to try to remove the part. So hopefully this will come off. Jamming it in there. Come on. without destroying the tape would be awesome. But I don't think I'm gonna get my wish. Come on. Haha! Success! And I don't think I managed to tear the tape, actually. That's cool. So that is a nice solid surface that we can do our next print on. Awesome. That didn't come off fantastically, but it did come off. So now, let's see if we can break off the support material. You know what? That actually came apart really easily. I was surprised. I'd heard rumors that this support material was going to be really difficult to remove from the cube, and it really wasn't. It actually came away very, very easily. So whether that's the filament or maybe they adjusted the temperatures at which it prints at, I'm not sure, but I'm really happy with that and I'm really excited. So now, of course, the ultimate test, we have to see if it is actually accurate. And for that, I need my calipers, which I forgot to grab before I started filming, so I will grab those now. So this is just a cheap pair of digital calipers. Gonna turn them on. I'm going to move them together and zero it out. So you guys can see that that is 0. And then we are going to try to measure little cubey buddy here. Come on. Okay, so it's off by 0.4. So as you can see, that's 19.6. Well, 19.59. So it's a little off, but that may just be shrinkage from the plastic. That's 20. That's 20.10 on that side. And then we'll go 19.97 on the last side. Show that to you guys. That's odd. I wonder, what are the odds that that's 137? You can't possibly have actually created this. It's 2132. So wait, where did I remove this from? You know what? Actually, I cannot tell. That is something very interesting. Okay. Okay, so I'm looking at the print trying to figure out where the raft actually attached, and the only way to tell is the up and down is here, meaning that this or this is the top and bottom. The only way I could tell which one was the top was the little string from the nozzle. The top and the bottom look exactly the same after that raft came off. You might be able to just tell, but I mean, it's really, I'm surprised by the quality. I really am. Like, that is not bad at all. I am just the slightest bit perturbed that one side is off, but you know what? I think that's going to be acceptable, because I can't see for any reason that they would include rafting in the size, because it's supposed to be 20 millimeters and that's obviously 21, almost 21 and a half. But you know what? I think that's close enough. Doesn't have to be dialed in. Actually, you know what? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, for some reason my calipers were reading 65 when they were closed, and it's 0 now. So yeah, they're calibrated. Honestly, I'm not all that worried about that. 0.4 millimeters is not that big a deal. So I'm actually very happy with that print. Even being just a little test cube thingy. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to break this thing open, because I want to see the inside and see what kind of support material that this actually printed with. So I'm just going to break this open. That is actually surprisingly difficult. I did not expect that. Yeah, so this cube was supposed to be hollow from the STL file, but something in the settings that I did, obviously it printed with support material. I'm not sure, again, what setting I screwed up for that, but I mean the support material is very flimsy and it's really nothing. But I think that added a lot of time to the print. The print took over an hour, like an hour and 20 minutes. So I think the reason for that being is most of the support material. But anyway, I'm actually very, very happy with that print. That is actually a really nice print. You know, you see photos and stuff online of prints that just look absolutely horrible. You can tell, you can just look at them and see they're like big spaces and lines and everything. But between the printer and the material, I'm happy with that. So we'll see if the big roll of filament is the same afterwards. I don't want to go switching them out because that's just a pain in the butt. It's for any printer, not just this one, any printer really. But yeah, I am actually surprisingly happy with that. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and do another print. I'm going to do something actually game related this time. A game related print. And I'll let you guys watch that one. So. So here we have Squirtle, still on the build plate there, as you guys can see. He looks really good, actually. So, I mean, there's a little bit of string between his the tip of his tail and his back. But other than that, I don't know what that is. But, so yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how well he, how well he comes off the build platform. The calibration cube I popped off about 20-30 minutes after it had finished printing. This guy's been sitting on the build platform for a good 5 hours. So I want to see if there's any difference. Probably not, because after 30 minutes, I would think the PLA would have cooled enough that it's not going to cool any further, but we'll see. You see he's got a raft and some support material. We'll have to pull that off when we get him off, but so we're going to go ahead and pop him off and see how he looks. Okay. He does seem to be a little more stuck. There we go. Just took some doing. There you go. And again, managed to get him off without too much damage to the build plate. Got a little bit of wrinkling and a little bit of a tear, but I think that's good. Printing with a raft definitely helps. Prevents marring up the bottom of the mold there. But so let's go ahead and see how easy it is to remove the support material. Because again, I have been told that this can be very difficult. And again, I've been surprised. That was not difficult at all. So, I mean, we still got to clean up around his hands here, the overhang there. A little bit of stuff. I don't know if you guys can see it. Pull it off. Got some wispy string stuff here, but that can be just cut off with scissors. A little bit there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little bit of like, I don't know what it is, just like strings, I guess. Just like those shouldn't be too hard to remove. Like maybe with a little file or emery board or something. Some support material around his butt. Let's see if we can get that off. Most of it comes off, but again, probably take that off with a little bit of a file or maybe even a tool. Yeah, there we go. Got most of it off. Yeah, so just smooth that up with a file and he'll look pretty good. So again, I am pleasantly surprised with the quality of the print. I mean, obviously, flip to the mic, you guys can hear the scratching on the layers there, but I mean, all in all, it doesn't look bad. So there we have little Squirtle. Squirtle. I may paint him later. The kids are already bugging me to paint him. They watched him print and they were so excited. Thought he was going to take 20 minutes. Took 2.5 hours. But anyway, that's our second print. Came out really nice, and I'm super happy with that. So not bad. All right, guys, and there you have it. That's our brand new 3D printer. As you guys can see, Squirtle came out really, really awesome. I'm really surprised by the amount of detail that this printer prints at, especially seeing as it's such a small printer, and it's really, really inexpensive. It's only 350 bucks, which when you're looking at the bigger printers like, say, the Ultimaker 2, which is $3,000, this is a really economical option, and the prints are not bad at all. So yeah, this is a nice, cheap, well, I don't want to say cheap, definitely affordable. It's definitely an affordable printable option. It's really tiny. It takes up a very little desk space. I've had this thing sitting on my table for 24 hours, and it's not been hit, knocked around. It's not affected my space at all. I've been able to do everything on my desk and workbench that I've been doing. I'm really loving this printer so far, especially for the size, the quality, the noise. It's very quiet. It's not loud at all. Yeah. Honestly, my biggest beef with this printer is the software that comes with it. Now, when you launch the software, it does say in the title that it is a beta version. It doesn't have a whole lot of options. The videos that I've watched and the programs that I've kind of been using to get ready for this, one of them is Cura, and it's a much more robust slicing tool. So if you're going to get into 3D printing, definitely consider a 3D printer that will allow you to use Cura. However, I have seen forum posts that will allow me to use Cura to export G-code that will print on this printer. I haven't tried that out yet, but I plan to do just that, and I'm hoping that will solve all of my problems with it. Yeah, I really don't have anything bad to say about the printer, surprisingly. And this is not a paid thing either. I bought this with my own money. So, to get a printer this small, this lightweight, I mean, this thing is like, I think on the website it says it's 2 pounds. So, I mean, it's really light. It doesn't have a heated bed, so they do advise using PLA for your printing. ABS generally tends to benefit from a heated bed. As I said earlier, I added the green painter's tape. Not specifically to help with the adhesion factor, mostly just to protect the factory bed that came along with it. I have seen in a lot of videos and forum posts of people who don't cover it, and it gets really scarred and torn up, and I don't want to have to replace it very soon. I've done 2 prints so far, and as you guys can see, there's no real damage to the bed, to the paint, the painter's tape. Oh God, the painter's tape. I did wrinkle it a little bit when I was popping Squirtle off the base, but I was able to go back with my scraper tool and just flatten that out. So that's really awesome. I've gotten 2 prints, and the only wear on the bed is the little nick, which I have no problem with. But yeah, I am going to continue to use this thing. I have a lot of jobs to print for this thing. The first one being a spool holder, because the spool that I got, the little one, is not a bad spool. It's not a bad filament. It does work. I do find, however, that in the video that you get with, not with, but the link that they give you to go to watch someone use the printer and set up the printer, the person doing it just has the filament just sitting off to the side being fed up into the external extractor, and I figured that would be just fine. So anyway, I loaded this that way initially to print the calibration cube, and by the time the cube was done printing, the filament was tangled, and I had serious concerns that it was going to jam and screw up the print, which would be terrible to have your calibration print screwed up on your 3D printer. So the first thing I'm doing is printing a spool holder. I already have plans for a universal spool holder for it. I'm really hoping that works out well, because I don't plan to just use these little spools for cost reasons. I'm in Canada. This is a printer from the States. And these little spools of, I believe it's a 1/2 kilogram roll, I believe. It looks pretty, it looks pretty densely packed, so it may be a full 1/2 kilogram. However, they're $14.95 from the company, and they have to ship to Canada. And if memory serves correctly, the shipping is $10 plus. So I'd be getting 1/2 kilogram roll for 25 bucks. When from Amazon.ca, I can get a full 1 kilogram spool, same size filament, for 25 bucks and free shipping. Amazon.ca does free shipping on orders over 25 bucks. So I'm going to go with this because A, it's pretty much the same price, maybe a little bit cheaper, and this came in like 3 days. This took 3 weeks with the printer, of course. So, yeah, that one wins. So, guys, as I said, this is something that I'd looked forward to for a very long time. Now that I've got it, I've used it, I am certainly not disappointed with this printer at all. For the $350 entry price, if this is going, if you're going to do printing on a semi-regular basis and you want something with big volume, go with another printer. If you're doing small jobs and this is kind of your first foray into 3D printing, this is definitely an affordable option. And I really suggest it for anyone who wants to get into the entry level of things, because that's where I am. I've never done any 3D printing before. Before I ordered this thing, I'd never even done any 3D modeling. Since then, I've been screwing around in Tinkercad, and I've actually kind of enjoyed it. But anyway, We are going to be bringing you guys more 3D printer videos, especially we want to start doing a series where the boys themselves design their own 3D models using either Tinkercad probably come later, but free apps out there to create their own toys and 3D print them on a household 3D printer, just to show how easy these things really can be to use. So I really look forward to doing that for you guys. I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing them. And really, I think that's all I can say about this printer. For entry level, 350 bucks, go buy one. It's awesome. I mean, really, the print quality is good. And anyway, you guys have heard what I had to say. Again, really awesome printer. Really loving 3D printers. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, smack that like button for us. Leave us a comment. Subscribe to the channel. You can find all of our social media links, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. In fact, if you were following us on Instagram, you'd have seen this little guy over the weekend before this video even went up on the channel. So I really hope you guys are following, keeping up with us. We really appreciate each and every one of you, and I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I really hope you guys will enjoy 3D printed videos to come. So until next time, we'll see y'all later.